Are you so blind that you ran from the one that God sent to restore you because it didn't look familiar? Let's talk about it. One thing about trauma is trauma will distort your vision. So let me put it this way. Picture you have a set of glasses, and those glasses have been cracked. The lens has been cracked. If you put them glasses on, everything you look at is going to be distorted because the lens in the glasses has been cracked. That is the analogy I give for traumatic distortion. Seeing things from a distorted view. If you've never been healed from the trauma that you faced, how will you know when something good comes your way? Would you even recognize it? If what you've been praying and asking God for when it comes to love, we're just going to stay right there. When it comes to love, if you've been praying for a good man or a good woman, and God sent that person to you, would you recognize them? Or would you look at them from the tainted view of your past? You've been cheated on, you've been betrayed, whatever the case may be. If you never took the time to heal, if God sent someone to you, would you recognize that blessing? Or would you sabotage it? That's the importance of being healed. I'm going to tell you, a lot of times, most of the time, if not all of the time, when a relationship is God ordained, the person that God sends to you is going to push you. It's going to pull you. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable because God wants you to be healed. God wants us to be healed. So if there's a problem area that I'm having that God wants to perfect within you, God will send someone to challenge that area to help perfect you. If you ain't good with money and you connected with someone that is good with money and saving, guess what? They're not going to let you go out on shopping sprees and mishandle the money. No, they're going to correct you. No, this is not what we're going to do. And guess what? You may not like it. Why? Because that's not how you've been operating. But it's something that you need. It's something that God is trying to do within you. Every last one of us has a purpose here on earth. There's not one person here on this earth that ain't got a purpose. God's purpose for you is so much bigger than what you could even imagine. And to be perfected, you got to go through fire. You got to go through trying. You got to go through testing to be perfected. Sometimes your next level or your growth is connected to the person that God has for your life. And you will not get there without that connection. I've heard several times over and over and over again, millionaires that say, I would not be where I am if it was not for my wife. When God created man, he gave him a wife. He said it is not good for man to be alone. It is not good for man to be alone. I knew a pastor who said that he could not become a pastor until he was married. And God showed him or gave him a vision of his wife. And so when he seen her, he knew it was her. Trauma distortion will cloud your judgment. Trauma distortion will make your lenses unclear. And so, in my instance, I'm going to keep it real. In my past, I never seen healthy relationships. I never seen it. never experienced it. So I never knew what to look for. How do you know what to look for? How do you know what's healthy if it's unfamiliar? Most of the time, we go back to what is familiar to us, because what is unfamiliar is foreign, or it feels weird, or it feels boring, or something. It's unfamiliar. Some of us, we are addicted to chaos, addicted to unhealthy relationships. You continue to choose the same woman, you continue to choose the same man. And it's because you still have on those same broken lenses. You're still looking from the same broken lens. So when you run into someone that's done the healing and they're giving you consistent communication, a trauma mind, you with your trauma mind will think they're being too clingy. You'll think that they're trying to control you, when in reality, because they're healed, they're trying to show you that they're emotionally available and that they're invested in you. When a healed person comes to you and they're setting boundaries, your trauma mind will say they don't really love me, or you would think that they're pulling away, when in reality, they're protecting their peace and modeling mutual respect. When a healthy person comes to you offering stability, your trauma mind will say, this is boring. This feels boring. Or you feel like there must be a catch. But in reality, they're giving you safety. They're not giving you drama. They're not giving you no drama. Peace isn't passive, it's powerful, actually. When a healthy person comes and they're holding you accountable for little things that you do, they're holding you accountable. Your trauma mind will say, they're judging me. You think they're judging you, or they're trying to fix you, when in reality, they care enough to help you grow. They care enough to help you grow, not to stay the same. When a healed person comes and expresses emotion or any type of vulnerability, your trauma mind will say they're weak. You think they're being weak, or they're being too emotional, when in reality, this healed person, the emotional expression is strength. It's actually strength. It takes strength to be vulnerable. It's not a weakness. It takes strength to express emotions. Another one is when a healthy person is not reacting to your triggers or your toxic behavior. A trauma mind will say they don't care, or they're too passive. But in reality, the truth is they're choosing maturity over chaos, refusing to feed dysfunction. When a healed person comes and they're taking their time with big decisions, like going to the next level with you, maybe sex or something, your trauma mind says they're not sure about me, or they don't love me enough. But in reality, this healed person, they're being wise and intentional about their moves, not impulsive. In a healthy situation or a healthy mind, they're encouraging you to heal. But your trauma mind will say they think I'm broken, or they're trying to change me. But in reality, they love you enough to want you whole. They love you enough to want to see you healed. The distortion can actually ruin your life. It can cause so many hindrances in your life. If you look at the distortion, the trauma view, and the actual view, it's like Who wants to stay broken like that? Looking at things from a negative lens all of the time. You can't live your life like that. It's time to get healed. It's time to invest in you. Is it easy? No. Can I put both of my hands up? It took years. It took years for me to heal. Why? Because all my life I experienced trauma. All my life. So at my age, I had years of trauma that I needed to address and that I needed to heal from. It takes intentionality. It takes you wanting to be healed. Just like with anything that you strive to do, any goal. You want to be this in life, you're going to have to work, do this, do this, do this, do that in order to get to where you want to be, that goal. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take intentionality. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take the discipline to get there where you want to be. Is it worth it in the end? All that hard sweat work. When you have set a goal, once it's been achieved, there's a sense of celebration and pride that comes with that. That I did it. I'm gonna tell you, being on this side of trauma, and I'm not gonna say that I'm completely healed. I'm not gonna say that. I'm still healing from things. There's still triggers that I have to catch. Some of them I don't catch them in time. I don't catch all my triggers in time. And then later on, I'm like, dang, I missed that one. And then I have to go through the process of breaking it down so that I don't overthink it or continue to overreact. But it's a process. But I'm gonna tell you, being on this side where I don't jump at stuff, I don't look at things in the same traumatic way. It's so much freeing. It's so much stress and weight off your shoulders, off of my shoulders. It's time to heal, y'all. It's time to take off those distorted glasses, the distorted view, and get healing. No more trauma distortion. Choose healing. I'll holler at y'all later.